People in northwest Georgia continue to clean up after the floods. That includes those who had to be rescued.
Catoosa County officials say first responders worked around the clock to save hundreds of people last week, specifically from 2 different apartment complexes. A geography professor we spoke with last week told us those apartment buildings were in the perfect spot to see flash flooding from nearby streams and creeks.
With the water now gone comes the tough task of salvaging belongings and replacing what they lost. However, for several people we spoke with, they tell us they face that task without the help of flood insurance.
News Channel 9's Ja'Kai Spikes continues to report on the recovery efforts in Catoosa County.
These are photos of Phyllis Thomas's Fountain Brooks apartment. You can see the floors covered with water and her baseboards are damaged, which is why these fans are all over her floor. She says her apartment complex advised her to get renter's insurance before she ever moved in.
Honey, I was fortunate. Believe me, I was fortunate.
Phyllis tells us that she was 1 out of 35 people that were rescued by swift water teams. Now, she tells us that when she walked out of her front door, that flash floods waters came up to this high.
Wasn't expecting to be hauled out of here in a boat because I'm still physically able to do things.
Thomas knows it could have been worse if she didn't have renters or flood insurance.
If you don't have it, you lose everything if you have a flood. And you may not ever need it, but it's also good to have it there. And some people can't afford it.
Something that the president of Better Business Bureau says needs to happen before the floodwaters hit.
Sometimes people assume that even having homeowners insurance or renters insurance covers them for things like floods, and that's not necessarily the case.
But the emphasis is on renters and homeowners taking initiative.
So make sure you are checking with the insurance company to fully understand what would be covered and what events wouldn't, and see if you qualify to pay extra to get that coverage.
I'm not going to be able to make it to work tomorrow whatsoever.
You can hear Ashley Ozanto and her wife screaming as flash floods entered her Catoosa County apartment. A week later, she received this letter.
On the letter, it does state that they will help with temporary or permanent housing.
And while that's a silver lining in her cleanup process, Ashley says she doesn't have flood or renter's insurance to help.
So now we're all worried about that.
From Catoosa County, I'm Ja'Kai Spikes, News Channel 9.
FEMA has a website where you can check to see if your home is on a floodplain. You can find the link to that website in this story on the homepage of newschannel9.com.